What if I told you the most powerful vampire movie in years isn't really about vampires at all? What if it's about memory, legacy, and the ghosts that live in our bloodlines? Welcome to Sinners, a film that doesn't just bite, it lingers. And here's the question that's been haunting me ever since. Is Sinners based on real events, or is it just that convincing? Sure, we all know vampires aren't real. Okay, my inner fangirl is reluctantly admitting that. But Sinners hits different. It feels grounded, raw, too emotionally precise to be random fiction. And the truth behind that feeling? It's just as gripping as the movie itself. Director Ryan Coogler, best known for Black Panther and Creed, called this the first project born directly from his own life. Not an adaptation, not a comic book, not a sequel. Just pure Coogler. So where did Sinners begin? In a cotton field. Yes, a real one. Ryan once shared that he pulled his car over the moment he saw a cotton field up close. He said it was haunting, not in a horror movie way, but in a soul-stirring way. That moment whispered, "There's a story here." And he knew he had to tell it. Then came the sound, the feel. Sinners thrives on a gritty, slow-burn tension that's partly thanks to its unexpected musical choices. While grunge isn't what you'd expect in a Southern Gothic horror tale, Ryan made it work. But what truly shapes the heartbeat of the film? Blues. Blues music for Ryan was more than a genre. It was family. It was his Uncle James, his mentor, his compass. Ryan has often said Sinners started with James. His uncle spoke in blues, lived in blues. And when he passed in 2015 during the making of Creed, Ryan turned to blues to stay close to him. That's when Sinners really started to take root, through grief, through rhythm, through memory. One of the most emotional sparks came from a simple voice message. James had left Ryan a message saying, "Hang in there, you'll be all right," quoting blues legend Aubrey King. That was James in a nutshell. Love and music in one breath. Ryan went deeper. He asked his grandmother about her first date with his grandfather. Her answer reminded him, our elders weren't always old. They were young, vibrant, in love, living out loud. That realization is what infused Sinners with such powerful youth and depth. The characters feel alive because they are drawn from lives lived and stories rarely told. Set in Clarksdale, Mississippi, called the birthplace of the blues, the film uses its location like a second character. Ryan even nods to blues legend Robert Johnson, who, according to folklore, sold his soul to the devil at a crossroads in exchange for musical genius. Sound familiar? That's because one of Sinners' standout characters, Sammy Moore, played by the magnetic Miles Kahn, is clearly a modern echo of Robert Johnson. And in the mid-credit scene, boom. We see an older Sammy in 1992 Chicago, played by none other than blues legend Buddy Guy. That's more than a cameo. That's Coogler paying tribute to his Uncle James, whose favorite musician was Buddy himself. Let's not forget the twins, played in a jaw-dropping dual role by Michael B. Jordan. Their origin? Two real-life identical twins, Ryan once observed, who always walked shoulder to shoulder. When asked why, they said, "It's for you." They stayed close to make others feel safe. But the second danger appeared, they'd split for survival. That eerie detail? It became one of the most unforgettable scenes in the film. So, no, Sinners isn't based on a true story in the traditional sense, but it is based on something even deeper. Emotional truth. Family. Culture. History that hides in plain sight. This film is a tribute to Ryan's roots, to blues, to the quiet resilience of Southern Black families who lived through stories we never got to hear. Sinners may use vampires to tell its tale, but it's really about us. About the people we come from. The love we lose. The legacies we carry. That's what makes it unforgettable. So if you haven't seen it yet, what are you waiting for? Find the biggest screen you can, press play, and let it sink into your bones. And hey, when you're done, check out the hidden details in this next video. Trust me, there's so much more beneath the surface.